Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing the demo for Mountains of Madness, developed by Deep Dive Project, and you can find the game on itch.io for free. I thought this looked pretty cool. It's inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's work, and I will tell you a little bit about it before we get started. This is the demo of the first-person horror exploration game set in the frozen wastes of Antarctica. Use your tools to navigate the frozen galleries untouched by millennia and unearth evidence of a dreadful truth while you search for a madman whose ill fate lies somewhere beneath these mountains of madness. An indie adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work. Yep, so that sounds pretty cool. I like the setting here. It's what fascinated me about it. I like the cold tundra of Antarctica, being some sort of adventurer. It looks like some kind of ruins that we're going into, so that looked pretty cool to me. So let's go ahead and check that out, and we'll hit new game. Okay, search for the missing member of the Miskatonic Antarctic expedition. We came across a vast ruined ancient city. Sorry. We kept searching and also taking notes of any history of that civilization we could get from murals. Okay, bit of an odd sentence. Oh, ooh, okay. Interesting. Press tab to open inventory. Right mouse button to use selected equipment. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it says notebook. 3. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is weird. Now we get some ambience. It was completely silent for a second. Okay, travel and transportation. Travel was very frequent, but permanent migration seemed relatively rare except for the vast colonizing movements by which the race expanded. For personal locomotion, no external aid was used, since in land, air, and water movement alike, the Old Ones seemed to possess excessively vast capacities for speed. Loads, however, were drawn... I can't read. Loads, however, were drawn by beasts of burden, Shoggoths under the sea, and a curious variety of primitive vertebrates in the later years of land's existence. Vertebrates, as well as an infinity of other life forms, were the products of unguided evolution acting on life cells made by the Old Ones but escaping beyond their radius of attention. Okay. They had been suffered to develop unchecked because they had not come in conflict with the dominant beings. Bothersome forms, of course, were mechanically exterminated. It interested us to see a shambling primitive mammal used sometimes for food and sometimes as an amusing buffoon by the land dwellers, whose vaguely simian and human foreshadowings were unmistakable. Commit to journal. Use one paper. Okay. That is a very oddly structured description there, in my opinion. That's very, unique way of writing. Hello? Okay, so we need an ice pick. Okay. 2. Alright, here we go. We're breaking through. I like how it breaks apart in pieces like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see if... Ooh, look at that. Looks pretty cool. I like the light coming through the pillars over there. That looks pretty cool. It is super quiet. There needs to be some ambience of some kind. Okay, this is dark as hell. Uh-oh. Cannot return. Oh, God. Well, we have some rope. Maybe we can use some rope. No? Maybe? Can't see shiz, dude. What, do I just fall in? What's going on? Alright, let's go. You became part of this realm of ice and death. Okay. We died. Very cool. Okay. Currently I have a flashlight. Let's mess around with some stuff. I think I'm stuck. Oh, I fell in the hole again. Alright, nice. Low game. Alright. Well, since we looked over here, we're gonna go over this way now. I like the weird architecture, to be honest. It's kind of bizarre. It's so massive, though, that, like, we would have definitely, like... I don't know if this is supposed to be, like, an undiscovered location or something, but I feel like... Oh, here's the tutorial for the flashlight. Okay. I was hitting a bunch of keys earlier, because I was like, what is going on? Oh, here's some ambience. Here we go. Is this an elevator? An ancient elevator. Powered by the energies of the planet and the molten core. I just made that up. I don't know what I'm saying. What's that? Hello? I'm stuck on the steps. Nice. I need to get that figured out. Alright. Contrast is really off too, but that's okay. I can't tell if that's something crawling around or if it's like a, you know, decay. Alright, we got something else to read here. Nice. Organization. For their prehistoric flights through cosmic space, legend said, they had absorbed certain chemicals and become almost independent of eating, breathing, or heat conditions. But by the time of the Great Cold, they had lost track of the method. Being non-pairing and semi-vegetable in structure, the old ones had no biological basis for the family phase of mammalian life, but seemed to organize large households on the principles of comfortable space utility and congenial mental association. Lighting in the case of the land inhabitants was accomplished by a device probably electrochemical in nature. Both on land and underwater, they used curious tables, chairs, and couches like cylindrical frames, for they rested and slept upright with folded down tentacles and racks for the hinged sets of dotted surfaces forming their books. It's okay. Am I the only one that feels like the writing is like... Maybe I'm just kind of dumb. I didn't expect it to say books there at the end, is what I mean. It's like... I thought we were gonna... I don't know, the, vernacular is very odd. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing. I just don't think I understand it. A lot of jargon. I don't like being stuck on the steps either, but it's okay. We made it. We made it. And we're moving on. Holy smokes, dude. This is like a Dark Souls level. Okay, well, sprint is toggle. Very cool. Just gonna sprint our way through everything here. Oh, we found more writings. Hell yeah, dude. Creation of life. It was under the sea, at first for food and later for other purposes, that the old ones first created Earth life. They had done the same thing on other planets, having manufactured not only necessary foods, but certain multicellular protoplasmic masses capable of molding their tissues into all sorts of temporary organs under hypnotic influence, and thereby forming ideal slaves to perform the heavy work of the community. Abdul al-Hazred whispered about the Shoggoths in his frightful Necronomicon. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I tried my best. I decided to read it as though I was like David Attenborough or something, you know, so maybe I could kind of understand the philosophy and the writing and what it's describing if I was sort of this nature commentator, you know. It's almost like I'm some sort of archaeologist. Oh, we gotta get in there. We can fit through that, right? I don't know, maybe not. I'll say the ambience in here is really good with the, it's almost like you're in a building that's got like really heavy wind outside, you know? It's like the howling of wind. It sounds good. You can use the ladder to reach distant or high areas. Use mouse wheel to adjust ladder angle. Ladder must have the top and bottom parts close to a surface to be placed. Use right mouse to place the ladder. You climb the ladder. Okay, we're gonna use a ladder as a bridge. Let's do it. I like being able to angle it. That is really cool. We did it. That's how ladders work. Hiya! Okay. Maybe we can use the ladder to get up there. This is a dead end. Oh, we need to maybe go get our ladder to use it again. I was thinking we would just spawn... Oh, shiz, dude. Here we go. I was thinking we had like a pocket dimension. No! I want it back. There we go. Some kind of pocket dimension, like, backpack that we could just pull endless ladders out of. You know, that'd have been pretty cool. Okay. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait. Maybe we need it. Hold on. Give me. That's cool. I like that. What is... Oh, somebody done thrown up on this. Okay, society. Government was evidently complex and probably socialistic, though no certainties in this regard could be deduced from these sculptures we saw. There was extensive commerce, both local and between different cities. Certain small flat counters, 5 pointed and inscribed, serving as money. I can't read, okay? Today is just one of those days where I just can't read, just bear with me. Probably the smaller of the various greenish soapstones found by our expedition were pieces of such currency, though the culture was mainly urban. Some agriculture and much stock raising existed. Mining and a limited amount of manufacturing were also practiced. I am so happy for this ancient civilization. Okay. This is one of those kind of games where you just kind of explore and then read notes and then something happens at the end, I assume. Sorry, I don't usually do that where I predict too much what's going to happen, but I will say one thing, this place makes no sense. Sorry, there's like a piece of fuzz or something on my face, dude. Driving me crazy. Oh, we can see a little bit out through that little hole right there. Hello? Anyone there? Please, save me. Hello? Oh, look at that. Very cool. Ooh, wait, we were here earlier. Wait, what? Okay, here we go. Progress. The name of the game. Climbing a mountain of madness. So I guess we use the ladder here. This gives me anxiety. Alright, let's see where we're going. Maybe we'll find a Shoggoth up here. Dear God. Okay. Need to climb. Whee! Ooh. Okay. Or maybe we'll wake up Cthulhu or whatever. Different ways to say it, apparently. That is a haunting sound. Because now we're deep underground. I don't know what would be making that much noise down here. That's very... Ah! Okay, that was pretty spooky. Dear God. What do we do? Get my trusty ladder. There we go. I forgot how to put it down for a second. It looked like it had tentacles. It was very large, and it fell from the ceiling. Oh, it looks like a handprint. Thanks for playing the demo! Okay, I know if I click exit game, it's going to close the game. Maybe I should just go ahead and do that. Whatever. Okay, we're back on the main menu. I do have thoughts about this. I am sympathetic, and I understand the strives of being an indie developer. So, I've said this before in my videos. My criticisms and critiques are not meant to upset anyone, and my opinions are not the end-all, be-all thing to go by. I'm just saying. Sorry. Whatever this hair in my vision is freaking me out. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I try to be constructive as best I can. So, I will say that I think it's a good start. I like the strange environment. I like the architecture of it. I don't think the level design is all that bad. It needs some work in the sound design apartment. I don't like necessarily, and when I say I don't like something, you know, don't take it too hard. I'm just saying I didn't really enjoy the sound effects all that much. I think the footsteps are a bit out of place. When I can tell a sound effect is happening because of an action, but like you can almost tell that it like cuts in and then it cuts out, rather than it just kind of being a natural sound. I think that needs to be worked on a little bit. The footsteps are a bit too... I don't know how you describe it. Just tap, 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 tap. Little tap shoe. Maybe they could be a little bit more kind of crunchy because, you know, the snow and stuff. Or just like if you have like rubber sole boots on like hard stone, it makes a different sound than loud tapping. I think that could be worked on. It could be more of like a rubber on stone kind of sound. So yeah, I think the footstep sound effect is a little off in my opinion. The inventory I think could use a little bit of work. I don't think it was all that bad. It functioned, I guess, the way it was intended. I think it's just kind of odd looking. It'd be cool if it had more of an aesthetic of like a backpack of some kind. I think seeing the wheel, the icon wheel like that, looks a bit odd. I think it would be more aesthetically pleasing if it was just sort of like a grid of squares, like you were in an old game looking through a backpack or an inventory, kind of like Resident Evil 4 or just Resident Evil games in general. Just that cool sort of, like, it looks like you're opening a backpack and then you have like a little grid of items that you can move around and click on and stuff. Maybe have even like a progress bar in there, like you've gotten like this many notes out of this many things you can look at, like, oh, 5 out of 5 notes for this level. Something kind of cool like that. I think the inventory can be maybe expanded upon a little bit. It wasn't terrible. It was intended, like it functioned, like you opened it up and you got items out of it. So I'm just saying, I think it could be expanded upon maybe to fit the theme of the game a little bit better. The sound effect also with like the ladder and the rope are a bit off. You can hear them kind of cut in and out. They need to be more fluid, a little bit more subtle maybe. I think sound effects like ropes and ladders where you're like walking on them. Like when I was walking on the ladder at one point and it was like really loud and pounding. I don't think it needs to be that, you know, pronounced, because, you know, you don't stomp down on a ladder like that in my opinion. And I don't want to nitpick too much. I just think for me sound design is very important in a lot of ways. I think also one thing about sound is right when you start the game, as soon as you start the game, it's like completely silent. And I think you need to have music pretty much throughout the entire game like this, in some manner of speaking. I like that when you go inside the strange structures that there's this howling, strong ambient noise. I think is very good. I think that's a good way to do that. Overall, I like the level design to a degree. I think it's a bit linear, and I think could maybe use a little bit more work on the contrast of dark to light kind of thing, but it's not too bad. The flashlight kind of makes up for that. So, yeah. Don't know if I necessarily like the note reading all that much. I know you're trying to just kind of tell a story or share a story inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, and you want to use. I could see what you're doing, where you want to use the level as a visual marker of something unknown to you, and then when you're exploring this unknown place, builds this tension of you don't really know where you are, or maybe that what you're learning becomes more and more unsettling as you explore this unknown place. I think the thing about the writing for me is it came across a little, like, overwritten, if that makes sense. And maybe that's very similar to how H.P. Lovecraft writes. I'm actually not very familiar with his writing style, the way he writes and his vernacular and everything on paper. So maybe if you're emulating that, then I totally understand. That's why that's the way it is. I think it's just a little, like, over descriptive of a lot of things, maybe too early on. I think maybe earlier notes need to be a little bit more cryptic to make you just kind of wonder what's going on. And I know that we're like almost reading ancient ruins of some kind, so we're not necessarily like reading notes. Maybe you could change the way the paper looks when you first open like a ruin that you're reading. When you first inspect it, maybe have that look more like a stone tablet of some kind or something, because then it says like copy to page 1 in your notebook or whatever, or copy to page 2. I think that would make more sense of I'm transferring it from a stone monolith kind of thing to piece of paper. I think aesthetically it shouldn't look like a piece of paper before I copy it to a piece of paper, if that makes sense. It's a little thing, not a big deal. I just think, like I said, the maybe I'm just slow. I don't know, but I just think it was just overly descriptive. At least the notes that were in this demo. I like seeing the cool monster thing fall through the ceiling of some kind. You got a very short glimpse of it. That was pretty spooky. I liked that. And this is the kind of game where I don't know if we would see at some point like monsters actually chase us or something. I think having like sort of events like that happening is a good way to go about it. I mean, of course, this is your vision, and I totally respect the way you want to go about it. I just think for me, this definitely needs some work. I don't think it's horrible. I've definitely been able to, I think, appreciate a lot of the design aspects of it, but I think from a personal perspective, I think it needs just a little bit more fine-tuning, a little bit more of a match of, like I said, with the inventory matching the theme of the game, like where this explorer in like an old plane, you know, out in Antarctica in this ancient ruins. I think like the inventory and the way notes appear when we first find them need to be like aesthetically like consistent between each other. And like I said, work on the sound design some. I don't like the footsteps. That's probably my least favorite thing about the sound design is the footsteps. And then the areas where there's just no music or ambience, that needs to be adjusted as well. I think you need ambience throughout the experience. Like the ambience in the main menu here is very good. I like it. I like this main menu. It's very simplistic. I like that a lot. It doesn't give away too much before you get into the game. Yeah, so I would keep working on this. So for final judgment for a demo, I would say it's okay. I could definitely see it going somewhere and being improved and having a lot of potential. Like most things, I believe. I think really everything has potential, but this is one of them. This is definitely pretty cool. I like the aesthetic. I like the goal of being H.P. Lovecraft inspired. I like Lovecraftian lore and stuff. I really like the whole cosmic horror kind of aspect of things. And maybe as this game continues into development and the final game releases, you'll see you go from ruins to maybe something even more disturbing and cosmic and terrifying. That'd be very interesting to see where this goes. But like I said on my points, yeah. And it needs a little bit of work, but I wish you the best of luck, and I think you'll do just fine. So just keep at it and never give up. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I will leave links in the pinned comments below for you to go check this out for yourself. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Did you agree or disagree with anything that I said? Do you think I missed out on anything? Maybe I missed something I could have shown more appreciation for, or etc., etc. I'd like to hear all your thoughts about this in the comments below. And yeah, go play it for yourself and form your own opinion on it as well. Lately I've been trying to reinforce that as my philosophy of my channel. Even though I do critiques and I review games after I play them, I encourage people to play them for themselves, share their own opinions on them don't go by just by what I say. Okay? So, anyways, if you enjoy my content, hit subscribe, like, comment, and share. I said that really weird, but whatever. It's just one of those days, you know. So anyways, yeah. Hit all those buttons and stuff and show some support. Help me grow my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you in the next one.